The Rap Roundtable.
The Rap Roundtable returns with another edition, another rendition, another installment of the vaunted Lunch Hour. It's your boy Jarv alongside the Rap Snob.
What up, what up?
Alongside the homie Mace. Alongside Dini the Balance. So we are officially in the window of the 5-year anniversary of the Rap Roundtable. It's not exactly yet, but we are in, and I want to call it anniversary season. 5 years. You know what I'm saying? We've been cooking up, but the anniversary episode is coming very soon. But we're going to be celebrating with each release up until, you know what I mean? So stay locked in for that. You know what I mean?
Make sure you help, man.
Oh yeah. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. The views are starting to perk back up, but we need y'all to remember to hit that like button. Go over to the Cash App. You know, if you're feeling like sharing, hit us over at the Cash App, and of course, roundtablemerch.com. We are almost sold out of the hats. I mailed off a few this week. Make sure you cop those hats. Get your truckers. Hoodies are on the way. But now that we got the pleasantries out the way, and of course, follow us on social media. Y'all know where we at. Find us. I hit up Elon, but Elon dubbed me. I want our official name on Twitter, but he ain't respond back. But I'm gonna hit him again.
We gonna get him.
But right now on X, aka Twitter, this is the talk of the town. Benzino.
Oh my God.
The underdog in this situation.
Listen.
Word is, allegedly, supposedly, he's frying Eminem in this 2024 version of a battle we didn't ask for. Allegedly? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's what the streets are saying. They say
how alleged is it? I don't know. I've witnessed it.
Well, let's get into it, Sid.
It happened, man. Look, we didn't ask for this beef, but it's here. Eminem brought it back up, and Benzino had to do what he had to do. I never thought in 2024 I would be giving Benzino any type of flowers, but here we are. Benzino cooked up
a bouquet for
remarkable diss track. He cooked up a remarkable diss track, man. It's sharp, it's methodical. There's not an ounce of emotion. It's all well-crafted points. It's all stuff that we've been saying and a lot of people in the culture have been saying for a very long time. And all the punches landed. There were no wasted punches in this diss track.
Right.
Look, man, and some people are gonna look at it like it. The way I see it, if you don't appreciate this track, it's either because you don't like who it's coming from, or you don't like who it's targeted towards. But if you don't really have a dog in this fight, you gotta give props to Benzino for this diss track, man. Like, he really went down the line. He went down the list of everything that we've been saying in the culture. Eminem is overrated. We know why he's overrated. He hasn't really had much of a presence in the culture in a really, really long time. He always picks low-hanging fruit to diss, you know what I mean? With the pop stars and all that. He hasn't fostered anything in the culture since 50 Cent. That was over 20 years ago. He failed Slaughterhouse. He failed Griselda. He's dropped nothing but whack music for like the last at least 15 years. Why is this man touted the way that he's touted? Look, it took Benzino to really put the entire list of points together in one very well-crafted diss song. I never thought it would have been him, but if it's him, so be it. We got to pay attention and we got to realize that he made a lot of really good points in this track, man. And I'm here for it. I'm here to listen. Yo, Benzino, you got any more points? Let me know.
Damn.
Because as far as I'm concerned, the way I see it, he did not lie. He said it in the track. He was like, stop me when I'm lying. We never stopped him because he was not lying. Not one bit.
Jarv, you on mute, bro.
Jarv, you muted.
I'm going to put it on the table right now because I don't want the people to wait and start populating, especially when the Eminem fans start running in to hit the dislike button and argue with us. But
let him come.
Sincere, Dini, Ayo, the talk is Benzino did not write his bars. So how can we celebrate someone who didn't write his shit, allegedly?
Who
so when you hear that, that's the talk. They say Benzino got the best ghostwriters.
Let's listen back.
Okay.
Because it's not like these are not the most dexterous verses. It's not like it's like crazy multi-syllabic internal rhyme schemes or anything like that. The bars are delivered pretty simply. It's just that the shit that he said, that shit hits home. So I don't like the Ghostwriter thing. I don't know. It doesn't sound like something that a ghostwriter would write for Benzino. It sounds like something Benzino is fairly capable of writing.
Okay, so Dini, you not Benzino's not ducking the allegations from you then. You feel like is this sanctioned if you feel like someone else wrote it? Is it unsanctioned?
This is easily the best body of work in a verse or a song that Benzino's probably ever made, bro. Like, we gotta chill, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta chill. If you can't name nothing better than this, and a nigga been rapping for 30 years, bro, there might be some assistance that was placed. It's not even just the bars, bro. It's like the structure. I've never even heard Benzino that much on beat. That nigga was in pocket. Like he was furious, bro.
Damn.
Fam. When I'm not gonna front, it's easily the best diss that he has so far. Meg and Nicki ain't got shit on this. I'm gonna just keep it a being, bro.
But let's be real about it. Like, pocket is not a written thing. Pocket is your performance.
Bro,
you know what I mean? Was performed for him too?
Yes, nigga, I mean, reference tracks, nigga. Okay, what are you talking about, bro? Like, there probably was a think tank of niggas to probably come up with all that shit in general. I'm not even saying Benzino's mind isn't capable of doing that shit, bro. But I'm saying that nigga's mind, not even listening to Benzino talk, bro. I've never even heard such coherent lines from nigga, bro. This is very meticulous and calculated. I'm not even, I know it sounds like I'm shitting on him, bro, because maybe I am. But bro, like, we've never heard nothing like this in our lives. Like, the song we know from Benzino before that was Booty, my nigga, with Teddy Riley. Like, what are we doing?
Don't do that. He was like, with the big man, Dini.
Name 3 made men joints. Bro, I'm not gonna act like I could, bro.
I'm just saying you don't gotta violate, bro, like that.
I'm just saying this is easily the best music we've heard from him, probably ever. And and not to say you can't get better with time. Maybe it took this nigga 10 years to craft this shit the way it need to be crafted. It's not impossible. I'm just saying the past is a good predictor of the future, my nigga. And he's never been this type of nice. So if he's just the nigga that's 50 and got dog nice, I'm not saying the song is dog nice, but compared to what we've received from him, compared to all other Eminem this might be the most meticulous joint. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is what it is.
And you know what they say? The Rap Roundtable is the Eminem hater pod. And Didi said we keeping it 1,000 tonight. He ain't write them bars.
He spoke facts. It was a lot of facts, but I don't believe you. You need a lot more people, bro.
So he don't get no for that, Dini?
Nah, I get the credit for the performance. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to write the movie to be the actor. You know what I'm saying? But this is hip hop. You do lose points when it's not ready.
You're right, Dean. You're right, Dean.
We've cooked too many niggas for not writing.
The Ghostwriter allegations and rumors have really just been Twitter chatter as far as I can see. But if it is in fact true that he didn't write it, then flag on the play. I'll be the first to say, but you know what I mean? That's not.
Doesn't that mean something in general? We hear a beat from Sin, and as soon as we hear Sin, they make that. Like, ain't that different? And it's your best work. That's different, bro.
You know what this is like? You know, after, like, in the Olympics, when you put on like a crazy performance, you go out, you score 30, give them 10 boards, 5 assists, and they immediately drug test you after the game. That's what this is like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, base.
Like,
bingo.
You know, you cook somebody.
Except that we all know Benzino is juicing. He's been juicing.
You see his neck, bro. Like,
can you?
Listen, you know you cooked up and chefed up somebody when they start accusing you of cheating afterwards, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Dean, all due respect, like, none of us have enough reference to Benzino's songs to say he's not this nice. He could have been this nice the whole time, bro. Like,
that says everything, bro. If you don't, especially you the architect, nigga. If you don't know, you
have Illmatic bars, and I wouldn't know, bro. Like, it's possible. Like, so at the end of the day, listen, man. M got what he asked for, bro. You won this battle 20 years ago. You bankrupted this man's whole career. He lost his magazine. His daughter still hates him because he went broke. Like, you ruined this man's whole life. You had it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't see 50 in the booth dissing Ja Rule because you don't want that L 20 years later to ruin the whole legacy. So at the end of the day, bro, like, this isn't some, you know, we're not trying to say Benzino is nicer than Eminem. This is not some all-time list talk. But Benzino cooked this man, bro. Like, and I wasn't even giving props to the last diss record. Finn was on the bandwagon from the first diss, bro.
No.
He got me. Don't
call it a bandwagon. I know what I heard.
It's a good bandwagon to be on this week.
My ears work, right,
Sin?
Since is a made man, is that what y'all saying?
And if it wasn't that one specifically, I knew something was coming.
Sin low-key a Boston nigga.
So I say that to say,
no, never that. Never that. No.
And we exist in 2024. Eminem has gotten cooked by Benzino. Eminem has gotten cooked by MGK. Eminem has gotten cooked by Nick Cannon.
Game.
Eminem has
Nick Cannon, bro.
Nick Cannon cooked him, bro.
The hardest Nick Cannon bars you ever heard was that song.
I can't stand that one, gang.
Listen, man, I'm just
saying, if you ever want to talk about ghostwriting allegations,
he had Charlie Click spitting bars at him, man. Eminem ain't got nothing for that, bro.
Helping right.
Listen, man, between M and the way Lupe did Royce, Detroit got to fight back, nigga. Like,
damn.
Listen, I'm saying, man, this is crazy.
Jeez.
And that's another thing I want to say too, because you just said Detroit got to fight back. No. M himself has to fight back. I don't want to hear shit from Royce. I don't want to hear shit from nobody else in Detroit. I don't want to hear shit from none of his mans. No motherfucking Crooked Eye. I don't want to hear shit from nobody else but Eminem. The clock is ticking.
You don't want the D12 reunion? I don't know, guys. I mean, based on what I heard and the lack of evidence I have to support that he didn't write it, I gotta give it to Benzino. We could speculate. I mean, I've heard Benzino rap in the past. I never saw his music out. This is not a Benzino slander session. But he knows just how everybody know, like, his relationship with rap fans is a very tepid one. You know what I'm saying? And he never sounded like that. We gotta call it what it is. Yeah. Shit, the pocket ain't never. He always sounded like he was offbeat, a little like a little offbeat, out of breath. Like it wasn't his bag. I don't know if the spirit of competition brought the best out of him, and he's like, you know, I gotta get this guy out of here. Or he got one of the best writers and the best reference vocals of his life. Matter of fact, of his life, he got the best reference vocal and writer of his life because
it's a quick turnaround too.
Exceptional turnaround.
He told us he was gonna respond in 24 hours. It took about 48, a little 56, somewhere around there, because it was supposed to drop Saturday, right, Mason? I think it dropped on Monday or something like that. Right. You know what I mean? I don't remember exactly when it dropped, but the fact of the matter is this: based on the content that we heard and what was said, the slander, however you want to call it, he's cooking him. I don't care what the source of the writing is from. Until the allegations are confirmed, they are just that. Allegations. We don't have the facts, but based on the facts that we do have and what we did, he fried him. When he got into the Griselda bars and the fact that your city don't mess with you. I mean, I think Hobie came out. I think Ice Wear Vezo or some shit like that came out and was like, he don't put me in nothing. Essentially saying, don't put me in nothing. But I mean, shit. I mean, was Benzino wrong about what he said? You know what I'm saying?
He ain't lie. Not one.
I mean, be honest. Eminem might be the most successful artist to come out of Detroit, but the culture, when we think about Detroit rap, I know y'all don't want to hear it, but Big Sean comes up more as a nigga that you might consider the face of Detroit than Eminem, just for the culture, not literally. We know Eminem's most because the Eminem fans are gonna populate. Oh, he's diamond. We know, we know, but inside of Detroit, Big Sean is more active, and there's a few other acts that's more popular. Didn't Big Sean do a whole Detroit cypher on one of his more recent albums?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
The whole city on his shit
like that. Hold on, where's Boldy from?
Detroit.
Okay, so again,
yeah,
these are the people we think of when we think about Detroit. So when Benzino dropped that bar, it's like Stiller, legendary. Mm-hmm. So it's like all the bars landed. his career as an exec is weak. His history as a battler on the industry side is weak. Right. People are coming out the woodwork on Twitter saying that some of his battle rap history is not even that sanctioned. He's taking some else. He wasn't undefeated in the battle rap scene. So it's like, what exactly makes him a rap god? Like, why is he Teflon? Why can't we question his acumen in this situation, Sid?
Talk heavy. And what's even more interesting to me is the reception that this Benzino track has gotten from other rappers, because normally Benzino gets clowned, you know what I mean, and everybody comes to bat for M. They're like, oh, you can't question M. M is like, you know what I mean, he's a rap god. He means too much to the culture. He's too nice. He's sold too many records. But right now, the chatter that I'm seeing on Twitter is, Benzino got off. He had some solid points in there. You know what I mean? Even Ransom came out.
Okay.
Yeah. Even Ransom came out and was like, yo, Benzino, he got something there.
The stand bar was crazy. The stand bar
was crazy. The Eminem with no nuts bar was crazy.
Yeah, he was cooking. He
Crazy.
He broke him down like a real battle rapper. Like,
that's real form.
You know what I mean? He gave references to shit that happened. Like, I'm not gonna lie, M, like, you just gave Benzino some throwaway bars on a lyrical lemonade shit, and now look what you done got yourself into, bro.
Like, over the hornet's nest.
Culmination of like 25 years of hatred, bro.
Melly Mellon and Crib celebrating.
Come on now. Again, just for clarity, because I know I asked you this when we did the little chatty boy segment. Why did M call out this? Did Benzino say something in the interview? Just because I'm really confused. Like, this Benzino say something at some point that we missed, that Eminem just decided to throw a stray his way?
Listen, I'm sure the Eminem fans, you know what I mean, Team Shady gonna be in the comment and they gonna have the exact moment that Benzino said some shit. But I feel like Benzino's never stopped referencing Eminem at all.
Was it the math interview he did, maybe?
It might be the math interview, right? And they was kind of talking crazy on there, but it's like,
that's a forever beef though, like 50 and John. Right. I just you don't gotta say nothing. They forever gonna hate each other, bro.
Yeah, but bars
at Benzino,
you
won, bro. You won. Shouldn't a loser in the fight always be upset for the rest of their life?
Shit, if Benzino was broke, how he said, like, Benzino got a nice check coming his way. Them stream checks are gonna be all right from this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, they going up. He might have stole a beat, but listen, that shit.
It's tough. Say what you want about Benzino, but the record's tough.
Right.
Not at all on my.
This shit landed more than the game did. If you
want to be honest.
Facts.
Oh, absolutely.
Facts.
Shout out to Job. If not listening to it, this would have been on the what's it called again? The who the fuck needed this? What's this shit called, bro?
Nobody asked for it.
Nobody asked for it. That would have been on the list, but the niggas showed up. So
nobody asked for the M disc, and now look where we at. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how we ended up here in the first place. Yo, Marshall, come outside, bro. You and your fans can keep ducking and hiding and acting like he's above it all, but he's not. Marshall, come outside, B. Facts.
You have to.
And if M comes out and he cooks him, we'll be the first ones to say he cooked.
Keep it a bean.
You know what I mean?
I mean, he kind of has to now, right?
He has to.
The typical Eminem flow ain't gonna win this one though.
Yo,
that's not gonna do it. He gonna have to like rap, bro.
When he gonna say he got no neck and he broke, he already played that card. What he gonna say now?
We looking at him, we know.
M looking funny in the light, low key.
Crazy.
Benzino was bringing up the outsiders, bro. Like, he was going into the bag.
Wow, bro.
And I seen I was gonna say Lady of Rage, but no, Rod Digger. I seen Rod Digger chime in on it, and she's outsiders,
right,
bro.
And she was saying, "Yo, Benzino, you kind of cooked on that." So
all I'm saying
is, off, man.
Marshall, come outside. Sticking with beef and or competition in rap, Mos Def on the Instagram Live.
I don't like this headline at all, man.
Apologizes. He did. He apologized. He did. He apologized to Drake. He said pardon his Brooklyn. But the real question is, and you know, we have our opinions. Did Mos Def bend the knee? Sincere? Actually, no. Did he bend the knee?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Since that the video, I was like, Mos, man, if you need help, Mos, blink, nigga. Blink twice to let me know if it's safe in the room, nigga.
But if you really listen to it, but go ahead, cook, Dean.
Nah, there was like OVO goons in the room with machetes or something, bro. Like, this shit didn't even come off as genuine. I don't know what they use in Canada for the smoke, bro. This shit didn't even feel genuine, bro.
The OVO like, Jamaican wing?
Yeah,
with the what's they call them shits again? The cutlass, bro.
Cutlass, you know what I mean? Dirty boy, Mos.
Dirty cutlass, rears are sharp. Yo, but honest, it didn't feel genuine. It felt more like there was a call placed from something that maybe he fucks with, and they said, bro, like you really doing bad right now. Fix this shit. It just, bro. And then I respect it. I respect the whole aspect of the you want more from artists. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't want to just hear about just the fun times in the music, especially when you're a part of some shit that's going on in the world that you could speak of. I guess he wants the message and shit. But bro, we not gonna act like he wasn't super catty and disrespectful about it, bro. Like you can reverse the situation. If niggas say, yo, how do you feel? Ask Drake, how do you feel about Mos Def music? Well, it's good music, you know. When you want to go shopping for incense, nigga would be furious, bro. There would be no way he took that shit. You know, when you want your patchouli, just patchouli with an edge. He would have took it disrespectful, bro. There was no way he could go back on that. And I just feel like it's the way he presented it, bro. Like if you really felt in your heart that he wasn't on that type of time, you could have said that without making it sound crazy. And then in the video with the apology, yo, he's an excellent MC. So he went from not being a hip hop to being a great MC. Like, my nigga, what are we doing here? Talk to me, son.
Yes.
All right. First of all, he never once said that Drake was whack or that he wasn't hip hop. All he said, he was asked a question, and he said Drake feels more pop to me. You know what I mean? Nowhere in that statement did he ever say that he was whack or that he was untalented. You know what I mean?
He didn't.
Now he comes and does this video. He gives him his props for being a talented MC. I'm not sure what other word he used. Phenomenal. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think a phenomenal MC.
Talented.
Very talented. But
he was in a thesaurus, huh?
But he made sure that to stand on what he originally said. He never backed down or wavered from what he originally said. Or if he did apologize, it was maybe for the way he came off, but not for the things that he said. He's still 10 toes down on every statement that he made. You know what I mean? Especially with what the thing he said, where he requires more than just talent. Sure, Drake is talented, but for himself, he requires more than just talent or charm or charisma. You got to make important music. And that's what his point was the entire time. Because from the original interview, they took that small portion of it, and obviously that's going to blow up and go viral. But it was in a much bigger context of a conversation. You know what I mean? And so, like, within the context of the conversation, that's what he was saying. He wants artists to make more important music. And I personally happen to agree with that point, because when you look at all the great MCs of the culture, going back to Melly Mel, KRS, Rakim, Cube, Nas, J, Big, Pac, DMX, even Kanye, Kendrick, Cole, they have all at one point or another made music that was important, that was of social substance. You know what I mean? Why can't Drake do the same? That's all he's saying. That's all we're saying. You know, and by we, I mean, the Backpackers.
I hate to say it, he's a bigger artist. You know what I'm saying? Not to shit on Mos Def. When you got 50,000 niggas to divide up, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot easier than dividing up like 50 million people. It's a whole. I know it sounds like I'm crazy.
Bro, Cole just got 50,000 people.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just saying. It's a bigger palette that one guy has to feed. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's just more niggas listen to me, bro. Like, I know that sounds crazy when you're talking hip hop, but just more niggas listen to me, bro. Like, speaking about certain shit, I might literally just chop my fan base in half talking about some shit that you want me to talk about. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just talking about from a business standpoint and with the culture. Like I dig it, but I'm not you, my nigga. We got you for shit like that.
Right. That's all he was saying. That's all we be saying. So
did he bend the knee?
Is Mos Def signed to PG Lane? Because Sin with the cape is crazy today, bro.
Backpacking.
That's crazy. You know, Dante, my nigga, I really hate it had to be him. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this look like is that Aubrey Knight, you know what I mean? Suge Graham made the call, you know what I mean, to the OVO goons.
George Bush the button.
Say, you know what? Yoke this guy up. Grab him in this back office. Make him say sorry. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know how you can switch up. Just like you say, the man was.
He didn't switch up. He's still saying the same shit. All right, go ahead.
Nah, he cleaned it up a lot, Sin. He cleaned it up a lot, bro. When he said he was target music, bro.
Come on, you know what he was trying to allude to. He was trying to shit on him. Like, come on now.
Facts, bro.
Let's be honest.
Come on, Sin.
So, listen, I always say that if you do listen to the rest of the interview, Mos did have a lot more to say about everything. You know what I'm saying? He did, but this shit here, you know what I mean? Common tried to give him the you know what I mean? Let him know, wave the white flag, bro. I already been beat to death by this.
And it ain't been the same since.
Please, you know what I mean? Please, Dante, listen to me. You know what I mean? Have you heard the album?
Please.
This shit? You know what I mean? So,
bro,
listen, Mos, you know.
What was the line from Say Scheming? It's something with when the gospel get to acting like the bros.
Acting like the bros. You know what I mean? That's crazy, Mos. So it's kind of crazy, you know. I'm gonna look to see if we got any like out of season OVO gear we can bless Mos with. You know what I mean? Next time he tabletop rapping like he had Coyote Ugly,
bro.
Be in some OVO gear. You know what I mean? So shouts to Mos. You know what I mean? But you know what it is, bro. You know what I mean? You know. Come on.
All I gotta say is, you know, Sin hates to hear it, but if you go on a podcast, right, and you get asked a question that could be moderately controversial, and then you choose to answer that controversial question and give an equally more controversial response, and then you gotta go on your personal Instagram to essentially walk back what you said, or at least clean up what you said, essentially apologizing with an edge. You bent the knee.
Bend the knee.
You bent the knee. Like, I don't want to.
Not apologizing with an edge.
He did it because
you pop should apologize, niggas. Just ask Kiss, bro.
You could throw all the facts. You could throw all the darts you want to throw inside the apology. It wasn't an apology with an edge and part of my Brooklyn passive aggressive. But at the end of the day, you picked up your phone, you went on Instagram, you hit the live option, and then you address the situation that you created with an apology. It happened. You bent the knee. Aubrey raps about this shit. Isn't there a bar where he's like, yo, I was just trying to, when the nigga tried to DM me, say I was just playing Drake or some shit like that. He got a bar for this shit. It's like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have preferred if Mos Def said nothing else. Just let it float into the ether. He owed Drake nothing. He didn't owe that man anything. Why say anything? You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like can Drake out rap you? Then we would have found out if it would have got to that point. And Drake would have threw a little dart in his new project whenever that comes later this year. Then you would have just fired back, because it ain't like Mos is whack. Mos one of them ones. He could have handled himself in the ring. To me, I'm sorry, Sin. I think Mos is better equipped for a situation with Drake as opposed to a Common. Everybody talking about, oh, he battled Ice Cube, nigga. That was like 1990, like
95.
I'm dragging it, but it's like the point of emphasis is it was mad long ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Like when he got mortgages.
No, I could. No way. I would never imagine Common battling anybody in this day and age.
Come on, like, to me, Mos Def built for this shit. When Mos Def on his rapping shit, bro, he's just one of the sharpest niggas ever. Be you kidding me? Selfishly, I wanted him to say nothing. I wanted Aubrey to throw a dart, and then Aubrey to fuck around and find out how nice Mos really is. Now, by doing this IG live, we get nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm disgusted. So because of that, selfishly, I gotta say you bent the knee, because you shouldn't have said shit in the first place. You know what I mean? In fact, take it a step further. When Shorty asked you that question, you should have just said Drake is good. But you ever seen that movie Belly? When Ox was like, "Yo, what do you think about Jamaica?" And he's like, "Jamaica's." He asked
Jamaica's very good.
Jamaica's good. Jamaica's very good. That's what he should have said. Drake is good. Drake is very good. And it kept that shit moving. He didn't have to answer the fucking question.
Very nice.
I love that scene in Belly because DMX Jamaica's very good. I was like, why did he say that? But anyway, that's what I'm at with this shit, B.
I'm dead, bro.
The fact that y'all all remember that quote, that shit was ridiculous.
That's a fact, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But last but not least, you know what I mean? Real quick before we move on to the next, you know what I mean, topic, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, run the numbers up for your people. Also, once we end the topical vibes, we got the homie Vic Spencer, Chicago's very own, interview coming up. Make sure y'all lock in. He's another one of the nicest, and he's heavily connected in his rap shit. He's not just some random nigga with that rap. Like everybody you likes Vic Spencer. No funny shit. You know what I'm saying? So lock in with that man. But we got a surprise release. We heard it was on the way, but then Hitboy and Alchemist dropped Theodore and Andre, a little 3-pack for the culture. You know, 2 producers rapping over each other's productions. We got a little teaser of that last year when they dropped that video where Alchemist is rhyming over Hit was rhyming over Alchemist. But then we got the EP today, and I gotta tell y'all, man, I think this EP is fire. There's people who don't like Hitboy for whatever reason, but I think this 3-pack is immaculate. And you know what? When I thought I was tripping, I threw it in the group chat. The first person to respond was Sin. He was like, yo, nah, this shit is fire. So Sin, break it down for us as the producer of the Rap Round Table, Theodore and Andre.
Listen, man, 2024 is starting off very nicely. Got the Benny album. We kindled some rap beefs that has got us talking, got us excited. You know what I mean? Schoolboys around the corner.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, out of nowhere, surprise drop on a Thursday, Hitboy and Alchemist. And when I tell you, I'm so happy with this little 3-pack. I mean, it's like it's small. It's like a, you know, like during Christmas when you get the little stocking stuffer. Stocking stuffer be like the best gift you ever got. It just comes in the small package. That's how I feel about this project right here, because like both of these guys are delivering at a high clip, high caliber. A lot of people were saying that Alchemist didn't, you know, quite deliver what was expected of him on the Benny album. The beats he got on here, phenomenal. Hitboy's production on here too, phenomenal. Both of them are in the bags, not just production-wise, but they talking. They're spitting on their own beats, bro. They spitting. Number one, the main event of this 3-pack is the song Main Event. The second song is the song. This
beat switch.
When I was saying, yo, I want Benny to have a big sounding beat. This is what I was talking about. When the song comes on, the sample comes in and I'm like, oh, this is an Alchemist beat. But then the fucking 808s come in ringing. And I'm like, oh, wait, this is a Hitboy beat. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe it was a collab. But, you know, Alchemist picked the sample. Hitboy picked, did the drums. And that's the magic that I'm perceiving on this small project is there's a lot of synergy between these two, right? And I don't know what it is about Hitboy, because Hitboy found synergy in a place we didn't expect him to with Nas. Then he rang off 6 fucking dope albums in a row, and now he's joined up with Alchemist, and we're experiencing more magic, more synergy, more amazing production, amazing soundscapes. The beat switch on Main Event, ridiculous, man. This is like the best beat. And the thing about beat switches to me, in the last couple of years, they've become very, very cliche. They've gonna become like a go-to move to try to like bring excitement to the track. This is how you pull off. This is how you execute a beat switch. Shouts to Alchemist. Shouts to Hitboy. I'm over the hills with this little 3-pack, man. It's just 3 songs. I ran that shit back like 5 times. That shit knocks, bro. It's fire. Super fire. Shouts to them, both of them.
Deanie, tap in, bro.
Sin ain't capping. I seen that nigga at the gig wait for the elevator like this, bro. Just like really was in tune with the tunes, bro. We spoke earlier about Benzino's rapping and about getting older and getting better. We've all heard Alchemist rhyme, and we all be like, Alchemist was a cool rapper. You know what I'm saying? It was a decent rapper, but bro, like the ascension that this nigga done pulled off, like no disrespect to Hitboy, he was doing his thing with the bars too, but Alchemist though, especially on the last 2 joints, I was like, whoa, this nigga skating, like skating, like, and it wasn't just like regular, it was like mafioso talk, life talk, like he was just all over the place with it, man. I just was thinking to myself, like, who better? You know what I'm saying? Who has surrounded themselves with a slew of great artists, kind of the way Alchemist, like outside of like Hove, you know what I'm saying? He's worked with everybody that's worth naming. You get what I'm saying? I think he dropped some for Hove, but it's been like sparse. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple joints. But I'm talking about wild joints with Nas. You know what I'm saying? Wild joints with Mobb Deep. Wild joints with fucking the Locks. You know what I'm saying? Niggas who are of substance, niggas who got bars. So it was just really impressive to see. Somewhere listening to this album, I felt, Benny owes niggas a good squabble. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a 5 in the box, bro. The main event should have been a Benny song. So even if you just gave him a verse on it and packaged that to go, bro.
Main event and Don't Be Gone should have been on Benny album, bro.
Like, now I understand you got to keep shit close to the chest, Batman reference, you know what I'm saying? But this is crazy, my nigga. Like, to withhold this on a Def Jam debut for Benny the Butcher, I mean, I'm glad of what I got, but I just think that should have been Benny's, bro, personally.
Talk heavy. Mesito.
Listen, I gotta echo the table here. Sin, you mentioned a lot of the way that's 2024 is starting off. Also, the Game and Big Hit album, which Hitboy, you know what I mean, cooked up right at the beginning of the year. I mean, Hitboy, like, is like the most prolific nigga in the game right now. Like, he just came on for last year. Now he got 3 projects out already this year.
Can't lose, bro.
Crazy. You know what I mean? And I want to also salute Hit because since Kanye, he's like the first producer to really give me like competitor vibes. You know what I mean? Like, who want to put their beats right next to Alchemist? Basically known as the god of beats for the last decade. You know what I'm saying?
Street
and anybody who's been fucking with Al, you know what I mean? And he got 20 more years that he did. So, it's, not just the rapping, but just to be able to say, I want to work with Alchemist. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people really give that as much credit as it deserves in 2024. Like, you know what I mean? Where, I remember Timbo and Dr. Dre said, we gonna do an album together. That never happened. You know what I mean? Like, niggas in the past have said they were gonna do this, but it's real dope to see them on here. Much credit to the songs y'all mentioned. Morrissey is my favorite. Like, that's the joint that I read back the most. Yeah, Morrissey is my favorite joint on here, man. So, you know what I mean? So we all got, different favorites on here. It's a very dope 3-pack. I can't say enough about Hitboy in 2024, bro. Like, I don't even know what type of shit he coming with next, because this shit was a complete surprise. You know what I mean? Alchemist, I'm not gonna sleep on you neither, brother. Like, y'all know me. I like to judge shit by shit that I was outside for. You know what I mean? So when niggas ask my favorite producers, I don't bring up Pete Rock. You know what I mean? I don't bring up Marley Marl. I don't bring up niggas that that I had to listen to, on a run back. So right. So Kanye has always been. I wasn't there for the, the Titans and Gods producer episode, but Kanye's always been the holy grail for me. But even I got to admit, at this point, Out is knocking on the fucking door for me. It's my co-producer, bro. Like, Out, man. Like, come on beast, now. Man. Like, the beast is a understatement. You know what I mean? So, what else can you really ask for? Especially after we all complained. You know what I mean? Except for Billy Woods fans, we all complained last year about rap. You know what I mean? So it's good.
And Mike, don't forget Mike. Mike fans was super happy.
Yeah, right, Mike fans. You're right. They was going crazy. So it's good to just be excited about rap.
All 4 of them.
Might have Jay-Z. Right.
Yes.
Goddamn, Sid. I was trying to ease up on him. You know what I mean? I was trying to stall out on him. You know what I mean? That was Sid, y'all.
Yeah. And we know one of them. That's the Adri.
Shout out to Adri. You know what I mean? Give it the go. But it feels good to be excited about hip hop. You know what I mean? We might have Jay-Z on the way. We might have Kendrick on the way. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on, just like you mentioned, Schoolboy Q.
Schoolboy around the corner,
man. It feels good. We got some good old hip hop.
And we're gonna get more Alchemist on that Schoolboy. You know that.
Come on, you know that. We got diss tracks, we got rap out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what we here for.
Just got out of January, so yeah.
Right, man.
I mean, niggas is complaining about January, and it's like shit. I mean, granted, this did technically drop in February, but the fact is, like, the year has begun. The first, let's say, 32 days of 2024 in rap blows the whole 365 out of the water for me personally. Granted, you had your standouts, you had your magic threes in there. Don't get it twisted, because I know what about us? We know how y'all get.
We're talking about Scary Hours 3.
Scary Hours 3, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for the most part, it's like a lot of people stayed inside. I guess after 2022, 2024 is feeling like 2022 as far as the people who are coming outside. And it's like, I guess after how active 2022 was, everybody needed a break for the most part. You let Hip Hop 50 carry the day. Now we back outside in 2024. This project is fire, man. Like, I don't need to really repeat too much of what has already been said, but it's like Mace made a point about Hitboy being competitive, and there was a bar where he was like, I look back at my old interviews and I hate how I came off like overly humble, or like generally having a chip on his shoulder
or cooking niggas.
You know what I mean? But it's like that level of attention to detail and reading the rooms that he's in and going back and assessing myself, and like how he called out his contemporaries last year. It's like Hitboy's in a space right now where he feels like he's the best. Fuck if you like him or not. He feels like he's the best, and he's putting out music at a very high clip, whether it's working with the Nas's, and I'm pretty sure his pen has gotten better because like, you do 6 albums with Nas, nigga. The fuck? Yeah. Scottie Pippen was with MJ for them 6 chips. You don't think Pippen benefited from being next to Jordan? Yeah. What are you talking about? Shit like that. So it's like being next to that level of greatness, and then translating that with his pops and the music they've been putting out. Then you get next to Alchemist. You around the Benny the Butcher. You're around general greatness or people who are chasing greatness. So of course you're gonna get better. Then you talk about Alchemist, and it's like, bro, like Alchemist has been the soundscape's god for a very long time. He's always had his own aesthetic. It's still crazy to me that he's not from New York, because his New York sound is so distinct and it's magnifique. And I love it because they've worked together so extensively recently. There's like their sounds are starting to blend. Honestly, at certain points, the only reason I knew that it was a Hitboy beat is because of the drums. Or like the sonics. The blending of the sounds between the two, between the Benny album and this, because one thing about Benny's album is like, whereas I think we talked about it when we did Tanner Talk 4, you can tell the level increased when Alchemist got on and there wasn't a Derringer beat. No shot at Derringer, but it's levels. It is what it is. To me, Hitboy and Al are on equal playing field, and the fact they've been working together so extensively, the sparring has made both of them even more so better, because like on the Twitter Spaces when he did Big Dog, he was like, that's not something I'm used to doing. For him to make a beat like a Big Dog, that's not that kind of bounce. That's not Alchemist, but he did that. You dig what I'm saying? You got to believe that being around certain people makes you want to level your game up. Then the rapping, Alchemist with the bars, what? Shit, the joint they did last year, he didn't sound that good compared to like, a year later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
impressive.
And let's not gloss over Hitboy with the bars, man.
Oh yeah,
nah, Hitboy went crazy.
He's skating too, man.
Oh yeah,
he's been crazy with the bars for a little while though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Hitboy raps, he do his thing.
But think about it. We got, honestly, you could have Slip It in the Darkness on here as like a bonus. Like that was the precursor to what this tape is. And they're all rapping at a high level. Again, like we're not saying that these guys are like lyrical shoguns, but considering who they are as producers and where they've been as rappers, they're better today as rappers than they've ever been at this point, in my opinion. And if this is a 3-pack, I wouldn't have minded a little 7-pack. Can we get 7?
5 or 6?
You know what I mean? Or if it sound crazy, you know what I mean? But I love where we're at in hip hop. And you know what? I think we can leave it right here, man. Because we're gonna talk to Vic Spencer, and his project is out right now. And if you love where we're at with hip hop, and you love what I Am God did, then you're gonna love what Vic had to say. His album is fire. Listen to me, man. Lock in with Vic Spencer. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit us on the socials, roundtablemerch.com. Throw a little cash app if you're feeling generous, and lock in with this interview that's coming up next with Vic Spencer. Peace. As promised, the homie Vic Spencer pulls up to the Rap Roundtable. Long-awaited guest. Like I was telling the homie I Am God last week, I said I fumbled in the fourth quarter, but everything happens for a reason. The timing is perfect now. The new album is out. One of Chicago's best. Vic, welcome to the Rap Roundtable.
Thank you guys for having me, man. The Rap Roundtable been time in the making, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We here to talk about that new music. Be double clip type, which is out right now on all the DSPs. Make sure you lock in with that. Off the real, I just want to say the album is fire. I don't know if you're able to make anything that's less than fire, but this project, tough. We love what we're hearing. But before we get into the music, we like to get to know the artist a little bit. So for people who might not be familiar with you and your work, let us know a little bit about your history, how you started out as an artist, your time coming to Chicago, etc.
Vic Spencer, came up initially through knowledge from Kids in the Hall. I think that was like my first taste of the Chicago scene. But I've been doing rapping. I've been rapping for a very long time. Before that, I got my first record deal while I was living I wasn't living in the group home, but the group home I once lived in gave me a record deal because when I was in there, I was turning all my street homies on to rapping. So it was like they was trying to give like an outlet for guys that was in the system to tell their stories in a more positive way that it'll reach other people. And that was like my first taste of professionalism. But my very first, I think I would say that's I had to be like 19. So I would say like 20. Man, that was a minute ago, man. I say 02, 03, easy. You know what I'm saying? That was my, you know what I mean? And then knowledge from Kids in the Hall started building with him like maybe 5 years later, 2008, knowledge from Kids in the Hall. He put me on his album, Chicago Picasso, and It Perceived Well. The track that I was on was produced by Nez and Rio, called My Brother's Keeper. And I feel like Andrew Barber from Fake Sure Drive, he reviewed the album track by track, and he was like, I don't know if it's the Vic Spencer verse or not. This is the best song on the album. That was like my first taste of like the blogosphere. You know what I'm saying?
And that was a legendary time in the blog space.
Yeah, and from that moment, man, Andrew Barber, Fake Sure Drive, he was kind of like the go-to guy for music, and he would post things that he would like. So he just, every time I sent him something, he posted it. And I feel like that was very detrimental to my career. And then I dropped this album called Walk Away Music in 2012, I want to say. And I feel like with 12 different Chicago producers, it was no features, 12 different Chicago producers. You can find it on Bandcamp now. But this was like my big, like it got the Chicago streets to rock with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was the big deal. This was a big deal right here. And then following that, I think prior to that, I dropped an album called Vic Green Thumbs. It's like a mixtape. This is on that Piff. Like, I was working with Chance the Rapper when he was really rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I was one of those guys that, was reaching out to the young guys that nobody really knew about. Always been that guy. Always been that kind of guy that kind of like work with guys that don't nobody know about, so I can be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I seen the talent. Not like I seen it first. I'm gonna run with it, because I never ran with none of that shit. But it's just like, yeah, I got the good ear. I got the driven. It showed how driven I was as an artist, like giving everybody else platforms. Like I was like a real forefather coming up, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, that made a lot of noise, but it wasn't until 2015 I dropped this album called The Cost of Victory.
Yes, sir.
And that features Sean Price, the late Sean Price. I actually recorded that verse with him. You know what I'm saying? I recorded that verse with him that's on that album. That album, with no PR or nothing, ranked number 19 in the Rolling Stones top 40 that year.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I think from that moment, like, you know what I'm saying, sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Then I dropped the Big Ghost album. I feel like the Big Ghost album, 2 years later, I think that was late 2016, a year later. I think that's what really, you know, made the pot overboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like the rest is history.
Take us back to 2015 real quick. Because that's where I wanted to go with it. The Cost of Victory, Fire album. Of course, the late Sean Price on it. But what was it about that year or that time? Because like after that, you dropped like hella projects after that. Like you just went like out of the stratosphere with it.
Damn.
What was it about that time that made you say, "This is it. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going ham"?
I feel like for the most part, man, it was a lot of beats that I had. Like the beats kept me in the game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even right now, I keep 100 beats that I've chosen personally. You know what I'm saying? Not like no beat pack that a producer gave me.
You want another 100? Because I got some.
Sing got heat for you.
Before I got on the, man, send me something. Before I got on here, I was listening to some beats that I'm about to start an album with a producer that I've never worked with before, but he worked with Young Morpheus, and I like him a lot. And you know, we about to curate an album, so I just picked a lot of the beats from his pack that he gave me. It was crazy number of beats. I got a nice ass chunk, and I'm a picky beat man. You send me 100 beats, man, I might pick 2.
Like 5.
But I give the beats his time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the beats always was one of those things that kept me going. Like I knew I was gonna be cold if I had beats, if I ain't had like no industry beats, because that's how rappers always start. I started with rapping on original people's beats. So, you know what I'm saying? I rapped over Ninth Wonder beats, you know what I'm saying? That was the only time like I actually went to a studio to record over Ninth Wonder beats. And at that moment I was like, man, never I will waste money rapping over other niggas' beats. That's not how it's going down. So immediately after that, you know what I'm saying, it's been all producers that I know, producers that's reached out to me, ordeal. You know what I'm saying? Just going in on beats. I just knew that I was gonna be dope if I had beats, and I had an ear for them already. So it's like I just knew I was gonna be cold with it.
That's what's up. Stay right there with me for a second, because there was this one song on the Cost of Victory, Sony Walkman. And you had a quote on there. Keep me away from mainstream. Do you still feel that way all this time later?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the mainstream changed the tide, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because if you hear my style and you love my style, you wouldn't want me to switch. You know what I'm saying? So mainstream would open up that door for you to, you know, switch up the sound a little bit and reach out for the, you know, crazy different type of features and stuff like that. So it'll definitely be different. So it's like, yeah, keep me away from mainstream, because if you heard my shit, you would say the same thing. Like you would want the style that I have to last forever. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I feel. Like I feel that same way. Like
you feel like your sound or your lane has leaked into the mainstream a little bit more than maybe back then?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like ever since the more you rap, the better you get. And, you know, with the better you get, then the more ears is on you. So I feel like everything is just like this, instead of the domino effect, like it's stacking up domino after domino. You know what I'm saying? Like you stacking it up instead of letting them knock down. And it's just like, that's how it's coming.
That's a fact. Make sure you go jump in, bro.
Nah, Vic, you know, we speaking about, you know, the cost of money. That's where a lot of us, you know, I'm a blogger, you know, I stay on the internet myself. So by then it was hard to really, you know, everybody kind of knew about you by that point. I'm a business attire fan myself, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Just like, okay. All right. Okay. I like that.
You know the vibes, man. But you know, you mentioned how your style is original and how you keep it to a certain lane. But you know, stylistically, yes. But when I think about, you know, we talk about the cost of money. Me personally, I'm a fan of your work with August Fanning, the psychological cheat sheets. You know what I mean? And now, you know what I mean, we get to the new album, Be Double Click Tight. To me, that those are completely different soundscapes, as we like to call them here in the Rap Round Table. So while you do have a style that stays original, how are you able to basically, you know, rap on completely different type of soundscapes? Because to me, none of your projects, or you can tell when you in a certain lane, your projects don't sound the same. You know what I mean? So I'm interested in how stylistically you can stay within your lane while completely making different music.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. 100. I be working on like 3 albums at one time. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And I feel like when you doing that, it forces you not to be the same. You know what I'm saying? So I give myself these landmines, you know what I'm saying? It's like psychological cheat sheet, August for 9. You know, I get to rap about how my group home experiences changed me, or how some of those similarities, the stories might be similar to stuff that I previously talked about. And I'll just leave it for psychological cheat sheet. It makes it a lot easier to isolate psychological cheat sheet with August for 9, also because he once grew up in the group homes too. So it's just like, man, you know, we gonna make this, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be, I'm gonna be very personal, very candid on the psychological cheat sheets. Now with an album like Be Double Clip Tight, it gives me room to just punch a body every time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm known for. That's what I'm known for doing. But I also want to be able to give substance at the same time. So I always like set up these like landmines, and that's like the albums. Just work all 3. I go to the studio once a week, 5 hours for 12 years. So I'm doing 3 albums. I'm working on 3 albums. So I'll record 3 songs in them 5 hours. 3 songs for each hour. I do that 12 times, 12 weeks. What you got? 3 albums. So that's how I normally work. I mean, the beats, again, I got so many beats and so many ideas. Like when I'm listening to beats, it's like it gives me all these ideas, especially if I'm listening to one producer. Like we could compare not Legend Laws of Power, still the same producer, but Be Double Clip Tight and Psychological Cheat Sheet, those are one producer albums. You know what I'm saying? So if I know that I've worked on the August for 9 project and the Super Legend album at the same time. Also, both the Psychological Cheat Sheet album that just dropped, Part 4, and this was done 2 years ago. So I'm working ahead of time, and like how factories work. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want the back end to look like the front end. Like I got a lot of albums out, but I'm still in the back cooking all type of different varieties because I got all of these ideas. And
you like a one-man assembly line, basically.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a one-man assembly line. So that's exactly how I'm able to differentiate the albums. That's how I'm able to, you know, make one album don't sound like the next, because I'm working on them at the same time. I feel like if you don't do that, you probably can get caught saying the same bars or, you know, same rhyme scheme. But I be feeling like as a rapper, it's a zillion things to talk about. But at the same time, we all done talked about the same stuff. But it's not always about what you say, but how you say it. And I feel like,
there you go.
I feel like how I say things makes it sound new, or makes it sound like it's an option. You know what I'm saying? So why not just dive into that in all of the projects? You know what I'm saying? So I just be staying on point with, you know, making sure that the listeners actually feeling what I felt recording it. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I do that, that'll be the same. That'll always stay the same. But I differentiate by doing it all at the same time.
That was a great answer. Dini, hop in, bro.
Yo, speaking of your sonics, that's what we're just talking about, like your sound, man. Like, first of all, I just want to commend you, man. It's like so fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's so lively. It's we was talking about the track we did with I Am God, Whole Nother Level. And just the way the sonic just boomed through the track with the 70s funk and the vibe. Like, I know you're not an old head, you know what I'm saying? But where does that old sound come from? Where do you generate that from?
I've always been I always like the smooth jazz shit. I love the smooth jazz wave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be 43 this year. So
so you on our type of time.
Yeah, I'm definitely on y'all type of time. So, you know, I'm definitely like a pot of gumbo when it comes to music. Like whatever raps my soul, that's what gravitates me. You know what I'm saying? A Whole Nother Level was one of those things that once God gave me the concept, how he was gonna go about it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with my regular style so it gives more to the track. Because if you know what I'm saying, if you coming in second, they're gonna unexpectedly think that you're gonna rap like how you finna rap. And it worked out like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very spontaneous. And I was like, all right, let's do it, you know? And that's pretty much, man, how it go down. If it rap my soul, then I'm rapping over. And I'm a sucker for all that slow, soulful jazz trumpet. Yeah, I'm a sucker for all that shit, man. So that wheels me in every time.
And you know what? That kind of sound is I think like the soul, the jazz, all of that. It helps when you're a rapper to world build or create a certain type of feeling throughout the project. So earlier you were saying that sometimes you work on multiple projects at the same time. When I listen to your work, it's like I always feel like this guy is building a world that we're listening to. It's not just raps on the beat, like he's taking you somewhere. Now that I hear that you work on so many albums at a certain pace, how do you maintain that attention to detail from track to track to where when I get my listening experience, I'm thinking you just worked on this project alone, not knowing that you had 2 other joints on the burner as well. Like, how do you maintain that detail?
I treat it like Nike. You know what I'm saying? Nike dropping 3-4 Jordans a month, and they all different. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, hey, I could do that same. I can do that same. I can be the same way. I can be the same machine that can come up with stuff like that. And again, like
that's
just
impressive,
having that.
You know what I mean? That's very impressive. We know a lot of artists who can't do that.
So
and it's like a challenge. It's also like a challenge. Like it keeps me grounded. It keeps me like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I really can do this shit. I'm really good at this shit. So why not prove it to myself that I can do it? And then I got all of the beats just sitting right there at my disposal. So it's just like, okay, I got to go in on all these tracks. So it's like a ongoing challenge in my head. Like, man, I'm going to the studio Saturday. What beats I'm finna rap over? I got this feature from this guy, so I gotta match this. You know, I'm just all in my head about it. I'm just like very excited about my work, man. Honestly, man, I'm very in tune with my shit. Like I don't mind playing my unreleased records for people. I don't mind like telling them how I did this and that, because I'm so in tune with myself so much lyrically, musically, that it's just like a floating heaven. Like it's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just feel real good and very passionate about my artistic delivery. You know what I'm saying? I just feel real good about how it is, and I'm proud of myself for how I persevered and stayed on it. Like it was a lot of times I could have been canceled through my career. You know what I'm saying? And here I am again, just hit after hit after hit. Like just being proud of myself, perseverance, and it just matches my lifestyle, how I grew up. I could have been dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have been done. You know what I mean? So I just be thinking about all of that and like how I'm able to actually listen to myself like it's not me. You know what I'm saying? I be listening to that shit like I said that, or like for real, like yeah, I know it's like a cliche thing, but like literally, like if one of y'all told me, if I sent y'all, we get a group chat and I sent y'all my latest song and y'all all gave me y'all input, I'm somewhere literally trying to listen with y'all ear on my head the same way y'all did. That's how I am. I love my music. I love it, man. I'm very passionate about it. So I think that's what keeps me just on point with everything. For real, organized. I'm a Libra, man. Libra's organized. You know what I'm saying? So,
I was gonna say, like, it comes through in your music, especially with this latest project, B Double Clip Tight, with you and original Super Legend. Tell us how this album came about. How did you link up with that particular producer? How was the chemistry like? You know what I mean? Because I mean, from the sounds of it, the chemistry was like impeccable. Just walk us through the making of this project.
Okay, so the origin of me and original Super Legend is we have a mutual friend by his name Race. He's part of Prime Meridian, legendary group from Chicago. Race was playing me his beats. I'm like, man, who is this? You know what I'm saying? So he kept playing them. I'm like, man, man, I would love to rap over some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And how we started working, he started being on like a lot of my albums. You know what I'm saying? And like if you know me, then all my track 7s on my albums are like my favorite beats or my favorite songs. And I always talk about that. But he produced a lot of those. You know what I'm saying? He did the one-off Things Change, I Don't. He did the one-off Duffel of Gems. He did, I think the one-off, I want to say the one-off Bar Wounds. I'm not sure. I gotta go tap it. I might be wrong. But he's on there. He's on like a lot of my albums. Like he do produce one track here. And then I just like, he got so many of them that I really like. Especially the one off, I think the one off the No Sean Skimp album that I dropped, the Weed album, track 7. Once he did that one, I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna go ahead and do an album with it. It's funny because when I did that track, I was with Westside Gun one day. He was in my car, we was smoking. He was like, man, Joe, you got a good ass ear for beats. He was like, I was like, yeah, I already know this. I know this already. You know what I'm saying? But that was cold that it was him, that he was talking about original Super Legend beat. And I, from that moment, I was working on the album, you know what I'm saying? Just working on the first album we got, Legend Laws of Power. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me and original Super Legend got this real connection with each other. Like we ultra passionate about what we talk about, just all around good person. You know what I'm saying? You could tell like who's just want to be a musician and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you actually working and you start talking about your kids, we start talking about our wives, and we start talking about how, we got to go through daily. Like all of that stuff matters. You know what I'm saying? And we just built a brotherhood with each other. You know what I'm saying? Through that, we built a brotherhood through, just talking to each other a lot. And I feel like original Super Legend, like he knows my sound. So it's just easier for me to make music with him. Just easy. He's like another August for 9. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like people that love my sound, like, man, you should never stop making, never make, what I'm saying, I'm a tongue twisted. You cannot stop making music with August for 9. You gotta keep going making music with August for 9. They say the same thing for Super Legend. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like me and Super Legend just got that real bond, brotherly bond that we can, we can capitalize off musically, artistically. He got some weird vibes. I be giving off funny, witty bars. You know what I'm saying? I like a perfect contrast. You know what I'm saying? And if you compare our first album with the second album, it's a lot different. And it's a lot of soft spots that's on the first album, but this album is just like, toe tag after toe tag. Like I listened to the album before it came out, and it's like, man, I didn't let up. I didn't take my feet off nobody's neck. I got one foot on like a 100 rapper's neck.
We feel that way after every pod.
Hell yeah. But yo, you mentioned the track 7s, right? On this project, my personal favorite, ironically, Clouds versus Clout.
Yes,
I love that song. I love everything about that song. Can you tell us the backstory with that? How did you come up with the concept? Like what inspired that right there? Like the whole vibe of it, fire.
And the title of it too.
For sure.
Right?
Fire. Yeah, man. You know, I be thinking, I be in the studio. I feel like making the song titles be harder than anything else. Picking the beat harder than picking the beat, harder than writing the raps. The song titles, I spend a lot of time with the song titles, but Madam Money, shout out to the Queen. Mm-hmm. She always showed me love, always gave like great reviews on my albums. So I just hit her up one day and was just like, you know, if you could put all your reviews in a nutshell and say one thing about Vic Spencer, what would it be? And she answered that question with while she was speaking. And then at the same time, like how I do albums, I have all the beats first. Mm-hmm. So I knew that was going to be a track 7. I feel like that's one of the first songs that I recorded. Yeah, man, that beat is just infectious like that. Yeah, when I first heard that beat, I just like, oh my God, I was with the guys that's in my crib right now. Like, oh my God, like this is incredible right here. This is me all the way. So I wanted to rap forever on it. But you know what I'm saying? I knew that I was like, if you take my first album with Super Legend, it's got a song called Gold Chains on White Tees, featuring Joe Fresh Goods, another person that's, you know, highly into the sneaker streetwear world, and you know, he ain't never been on nobody's album. And Monty Madam again, you know what I'm saying? I think she was on somebody else's album before mine came out, but I had that 2 years ago. So you know what I'm saying? So I still feel like I was first, you know what I'm saying, to have her on an album. You know what I'm saying? So I just be thinking of stuff like that, and Cloud versus Clout, man. That's my favorite joint off the track, and it's going neck to neck with the next song, track 8, Ghost Promotion. That's you know what I'm saying. That joint is crazy. You know what I'm saying. I love that joint. I don't know. It's just those weird ear for beats that I have. Like those are just like standard Vic Spencer. Yeah, Vic Spencer gonna hear that. He gonna rap over it. So yeah, that's definitely how that song came about. Like I just knew that was gonna be very special. I knew that was gonna be a nice one. So I just put all the nice ones at track 7s for sure.
Dope.
We gonna have to give 22-hour day job his props too. I have to run that back like 5 times, man. That's my
There's a lot of joints on this project. Okay. Man.
Yeah, that's.
But Vic.
22 hours. I'm actually surprised that a lot of people like that one.
That's my shit.
I'm surprised. I thought I was gonna be the only one that liked that.
Nah, that's my shit, man. I ran that back.
Wow. I just thought, man, I thought I was gonna be alone.
You got company.
You got a friend in the background table,
nice.
While we not gonna go past.
Thank you.
We double clip tight because this album is crazy. But listen, I gotta address the elephant in the room, bro. Mm-hmm. I have to do it. You just spoke about you and Westside having a conversation about beats. We all saw that famous clip where you said you wanted Westside to curate an album of yours. How much longer we gotta wait for that? Because that's almost like a meeting of underground royalty. You know what I mean? If you think about it.
I would love it. Like the last time I spoke to Westside Gun, I had to muster myself to ask him about this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll work. He'll jump on one of my albums in the future. I don't think that's out of the question. But I don't know if we'll get a Vic Spencer Westside Gun album curated by Westside Gun album, simply because I feel like it's just a lot on Westside Gun. Yeah. He shared something with me. He was like, Vic, man, I post a pic, man. I got like 20 motherfuckers asking me for shit. Soon when I post a pic on Instagram, got nothing to do with nothing. You post a pic on Instagram, you just gotta imagine, like, I'm around Westside Gun enough. We talk about our kids. We don't even be talking about music. I be feeling like when Westside Gun come here and he kick it with me outside of, you know, performing and stuff, we don't be talking about music. You know what I'm saying? He be happy to, the only thing that we be talking about music, he be happy to hear my shit. He be like, man, Vic, turn some of your shit on. Who you been working with on the producer side lately? I told him I worked with Don Carrera. He like, oh yeah, man, throw that on. I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like he told me like, man, this is what I'd rather be doing. Like a person like Westside Gunn, he probably got like 50 marks from his hood. You know what I'm saying? That's asking him to do curated albums. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't want to be, you know, part of that rat race. I look at him like a genuine brother, a genuine friend. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, like, y'all have a friendship. This is not no music business shit. Like, that's your guy.
Right. And that's another question I want to ask.
Yeah, like that's
when you like just listening to you, you sound like a real
yeah, we best the guys.
Just passionate, just purposeful, you just seem like a dude with good vibes. You know what I'm saying? You were talking about earlier how you reach down, you know what I'm saying, and pull people up that may not be as known. Just like, where do you think that comes from? That energy to see people who are maybe not there yet rise to the occasion, help people out, show love. Like that's showing love is something that you don't see as much as you used to. You know what I'm saying? Where do you think that comes from? Just the showing love.
I honestly believe where it comes from people actually showing love to me. Like when I was in the group home, it was people that believed in me and was like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be dope, you're gonna be special. People that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to be what I like to call, quote unquote, the link chain that connects to the other part of the chain and keep the shit going. You know what I'm saying, by reaching down. You know what I'm saying, and that's always been my MO because it was instilled in me. I seen the results from when somebody reached down for me. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes with life. It goes with everything. You know what I'm saying? So I just take that attribute and I put it in my music. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be one thing that I'm dead and gone. They gonna be like, man, Vic fuck with everybody. He fuck with a lot of people, but he did fuck with a lot of people. He got everybody on his albums. Everybody, you could go down his whole rep catalog. He rocked with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be able to have the receipts and the facts and all of that instilled. And man, you know, that man, Joe, I just feel like sometimes, man, when we got people around us that's like for us, that like boosters us what we already wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the people that dug down for me, like I really got something from it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they got something from it because they actually see why they reached down for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I told him that he was gonna be special. I feel like Knowledge and Sean Price sings the same thing. Man, you nice. Sean Price sat in his kitchen and said I was the rawest person in Illinois. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting in Sean Price's kitchen.
That's a big
deal. Saying that, and that's like, yeah, that's good, man. I'm gonna hold that over my head till the day I die. Because it's like I've watched him not like nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for him to like me, it just, you know, that's what it's about, man. Somebody reached down and said, hey, I see something in you.
And he ain't never have no hair on his tongue either. You know what I mean? If he ain't like, he
spoke on it.
You know what I mean?
He was different, man.
Spoke on it, man. And he was, you know, man, you know, it's hard for motherfuckers to do that now, man. I wish people took notes from Sean Price. He was an asshole, but he was the biggest heart that you ever, like, if you knew him, he had the biggest heart, man. Like, that's, man. He looked like he'll knock you, he'll punch you over on the rooftop. He looked like he'll punch you from the ground to the rooftop. He do. But when you get to know him, he's, man.
Solid.
R.I.P. the legend, man. So soon, man.
Real quick,
facts, man. So fucking soon.
Because I was going to go there anyway before we wrap this up. But just if you could just tell us a little bit about the experience, because you said you and him actually recorded together in the studio. It wasn't no emails back and forth. It was like recorded together.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
No, the first song that we did together was through email. Actually, the first song that we did is one of the last songs that we that was actually put out. Like it's a few Sean Price, Vic Spencer songs that's out in the world on my SoundCloud and on Cost of Victory. But Lord Have Mercy, that was on Imperious Rex. That was the very first song that we recorded. And that was, he called me late as hell. I was in the bed. He's like, man, how soon can you get this to me? I jumped up. Luckily, my studio, my engineer where I record right now, he stayed far as hell. I mean, the studio is far as hell from me. But at that time, I stayed 7 minutes from the studio. So I zoomed to the studio, record the verse. He hits me back, said I bodied the verse. And then we just started. We used to talk on the phone every day. But at one time I went to New York and I remember he was like, man, you know, welcome to Ruck Down. You know, he was giving, he like, man, you down with the Ruck Down team. We don't have like no contracts. We shake hands. Our word is our bond. So my thing was, I'm gonna go down to New York and I'm gonna shake Sean Price's hand. So when in the midst of that, I had my engineer, Dr. Mindbender. I was working on the Cost of Victory at the time, and a lot of Dr. Mindbender's beats are on that album. So I had all of his beats when I went down there, and him and Royal Flush and you know what I'm saying, Tragedy Gaddafi and Illa G was all in the studio with me, where Capone and Noriega and them recorded at that time, and we was all in the studio, and they were just watching me and Sean Price just bat it out like 3 songs. We did like 3 songs that night. You know what I'm saying? In the flesh. And the
lore.
Yeah, man.
I remember when I did my I remember when I did my verse for the joint on the Cost of Victory, a Jungle Gym. He went first, I was second. Illa G came to the studio last, so that's why he's on that last. But when I was done with my verse, that was the first song we recorded too. When I was done with my verse, he was standing outside the studio door with his hand up. He tall as hell, with a hat, reaching, expecting me to jump up for a high five. Hell yeah, I jumped up for the high five. But that was dope. That he was right there. He's like, yeah, man. I remember while we was writing our verses, he's like, yeah, my verse is done. I'm like, my verse done too. He looked like surprised as hell. Like, this motherfucking verse done? All right, say less. I want to see what it's talking about. And for him to come out and give me the high five, man, I'm not gonna let that go, man. That's one of the greatest moments in hip-hop history. Fuck my history. Hip-hop history.
Big Brooklyn.
Having to be in the studio with Sean Price in the flesh is some of the best things that any rapper could ever ask for.
Listen, man, Vic Spencer, certified, sanctioned, top 10 rapper. Our audience are very fickle. They're like, oh, why do we have guests on? Because we love rap. And you represent everything they like. This project, B Double Clip Tight, is out right now. Vic, we appreciate your time. I don't know when you're coming back to New York, but when you're in New York, we need you in studio so we can continue this build.
We got to shake hands. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Come on, man. Yeah, absolutely. We got to shake hands and talk more shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big shit talker too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so, we see. Man. we picking up on that. We hear it in the rap too.
You're going to give me a pound, you're going to leave with a beat tape.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Right in the comment.
Sure. I'm down. Let me hear something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
Vic, we appreciate your time, man, and we'll do this again real soon.
Appreciate it, Vic.
Yes, sir. Peace Vic. And love, my brothers.
Be good, my guy.